Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. I am Amy Wojcik. I'm one of the agency managers here at Neishloss and Fleming. We are going to talk about how to work leads today. So we'll get started. Okay, so as we get closer to AEP, have you decided if you're going to do leads, or are you going to try to get new leads, I should say, for your book of business, or try to just maintain your book of business? You kind of have to figure out what type of leads that you want to do. Some people will do book of business mailers, which can in turn get them new leads. If you haven't looked into the idea of working leads, then you definitely should. Like yesterday, because we have a lot of agents that have been working even within the last couple weeks trying to set appointments and everything with the lead vendors and trying to be able to black out different zip codes in different areas for leads. And a lot of our agents have already been planning that. So one of the things that you have to figure out is what kind of leads are you going to be doing. So for instance, I talk to a lot of agents, and a lot of agents will ask what kind of leads we work with. We always do, since I have been here for 2.5 years, we always do mailers. So there's a variety of different mailers that you can do, but that is always what we have seen. Typically, it's the national average was about a 1.3 return. Sometimes it's a little bit lower, sometimes it's a little bit higher, depending on the piece. Also during AEP, the lead vendors don't specifically recommend you doing an AEP piece. They have other ideas on how to get other people, how to get the leads to get back to you without specifically saying AEP on the piece. Some agents have asked if we do internet leads. We do not do internet leads. I know other companies work with internet leads out there. That is something that we have not decided that we wanted to do. So if you think about it, I know this has happened for me before. You go online, you say that you're interested in learning about a product or something like that, and you put in your email and information and phone number. That information then goes to who knows how many people out in the internet world. So you figure if a client is going on saying that they're interested in a, say, Medicare Advantage plan and that they want more information, that lead could go to 10 different agents or more, get blasted out, and then you're kind of in the battle on who is going to get to the lead first and close them. If you might not be the first agent that contacts that person, then you've wasted that money. So at least with the lead mailers, you can pick your specific zip codes. You can pick your if you want to mail up to somebody that has $100,000, if you want to do somebody that's under $20,000, and the two lead companies that we work with, I'll kind of talk to you a little bit here how they handle that. So one of the lead companies, what they do is they don't allow agents to mail into the same household. So what that means is, they can't, 5 agents can't mail into that same household for that person, so they kind of block that out. The other lead company, they actually will block out zip codes a lot of times if you're pulling lead lists. So I think those are really good things. You don't want other agents to be mailing into the same places that you are. So first, you got to figure out what kind of leads you're going to work. We recommend those lead mailers. So next, like I said, lead concept and target leads, those are the two lead companies that we have worked with. We would be happy to get you in touch with them, or you can call us and we can help get you started. Both of those companies actually will work with you and recommend to you what type of leads that you should do. So if they are recommending leads, we never would advise you to do a new lead piece because there's no data on how that actually returned for other agents in the past. So you definitely want to make sure you are working with a lead piece that had some type of return, a historical return on that. And both of these lead companies can help you on that. They can, help you pick what piece would be best in your area, and they can give you a lot of historical data on that. So, excuse me. So, yeah, those two companies we would be happy to get you in contact with. Leadconcepts.com is Lead Concepts website, and easy enough, targetleads.com is theirs. But you're more than welcome to call into Neishloss and Fleming, and we can help you with that as well. Like I said, there's so many different companies now that are out there. They do a variety of different leads, so you definitely don't have to work with these two lead vendors if you don't want to, but just two of the ones that we've used. But if there's another lead vendor you would like to work with, you're more than willing to do so. So you obviously want to do your research on the companies to find out if they are good companies, if they're companies aside from these two. Talk to other agents as well. I've talked to a lot of agents that have said, have you ever heard of this company, or had given us a call saying that they've had this return rate or it was a bad experience with another lead company that they talked to. So, agents will always tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly of the lead companies that they worked with. And like I said, they'll also give advice on what lead pieces have worked for them in the past and for other agents based on the data and what was previously, helped them in the market. And then both of those companies actually, they provide different direct mail options for agents to choose from. So you can do postcards. I know that both of these two actually were at our AEP rollout here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania a couple weeks ago, and they said they even have like trifolds that you can do, and there's different options even that way. They can kind of give you the rundown of the different lead card options and what works best for them and for some of the agents. And keep in mind, what might work best here in Pennsylvania for an agent might not work best out in Texas for an agent. So it's very market specific. So again, they could walk you through that. Now, here are their websites that you can either go on, or you can find their phone number. For Lead Concepts, the contacts are Steve or Rachel. And then Target Leads, typically we work with Travis. So you could always ask for Travis at Target Leads, or Lead Concepts, Steve or Rachel. And then you could call into us. Call one of your agency managers, either Jesse or I, or one of the sales managers, Michael, Rob, Josh, or Kate. And we'd be happy to help you and assist you in this process. And again, don't use a brand new piece. We kind of, already talked about some of the differences with the lead companies. Kat and Emily in our office also are a good resource. So Kat and Emily are on our design team. They can actually create custom marketing pieces for you. So if you prefer to have a specialized piece that you want to go out, then you can work with Kat or Emily. You can always call into our office, or you can go on our website. I believe that there is a form that you can fill out, and they would be happy to design something for you. If you are currently one of our agents and contracted with us, then that is a free service. So, they work with a lot of our agents on different pieces, not just mailers. So keep that in mind. They're definitely a good resource to use here. So one of the things that you want to do after you figure out what company you're going to use, what type of piece you're going to use, you obviously want to figure out your territory. So I always recommend agents expanding your territories, especially in, the cities. Here in Pittsburgh, for instance, a lot of people might only want to stay within 10 miles of their home. I always recommend to agents, go to counties or drop leads into counties where other agents are. Here in Pittsburgh, a lot of agents are in the Allegheny and Westmoreland counties. some expansion counties a lot of agents don't drop into. So I personally think it is worth a drive, even if you're doing 30 minutes or 45 minutes somewhere, to pick up business, because you know those areas won't be saturated with other agents. So expanding outside of a 10-mile radius could help you if you're willing to do that. And the more you're willing to work leads in your area, obviously you're going to get on the books. And keep in mind, too, if you're going to different areas, those people that you are writing on the apps can give you referrals, and, you know, it can turn into a whole area where you could be getting a lot of business. So you also want to, when you get leads, you want to make sure you're working them into the ground. So sometimes I'll talk to agents, that, you know, on leads when they said they haven't had success. My first question always is, one, did you have a game plan going in? So kind of what are your expectations? If somebody thinks that they're going to do a 1,000-piece mailer and 800 of those are going to come back that they want contacted, that's kind of unrealistic. Keep in mind, it could be like about 1%. So if you're getting at least 10, I would say that is pretty good for AEP, but some could be a lot more. Make sure you are calling them until they either tell you to stop calling them or until they set up a meeting with you. Some agents will say, well, I called them 2 or 3 times and I couldn't get a hold of them. You're investing money into this, so if it were me, I would be calling them until they told me to stop calling again. Now, I know one of our agents that we work with, they set up a schedule. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, they might call in the morning, and then the following week they might do Tuesday, Thursday at, say, 6 o'clock, and they will continuously call them. Especially in our day and age, you have to keep in mind that somebody that is actually sending back a card saying that they want an agent to call them is a pretty big deal with our, you know, all the technology and stuff that's out there. So if somebody is taking that time, they really would want information. So just keep that in mind and just keep being persistent with the client. So, of course, you know, AEP is less than a month away, a couple weeks away here. So you need to get on this opportunity. If you want to get into the leads, you want to make sure that you're reaching out to the lead companies very soon. I would say like this week if you didn't already do it last week. The last thing that you want to do is wait until the very end and find out that a lot of the areas or zip codes or households that you wanted to mail into were already blocked out by other agents. So you want to make sure that those areas are still available where you want to move into. So does anybody have any questions or anything for me? So keep in mind, again, if you need any help with any of this stuff, if you're a new agent or if you are newer with working leads, call us here at Neishloss and Fleming. We would be happy to assist you in any way, and we can make recommendations on what pieces that you could use and get you in contact with either Steve or Rachel at Lead Concepts or Travis at Target Leads or a variety of other companies if you choose to use them. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending today, and I hope you have a great day.